Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome everyone. It is day 11. I hope and pray that you're doing well. And we're continuing to move on and build from all that we have been doing on our wellness journey. Today's focus is our torso and our core stability. I'm really going to focus on the connection between the torso mobility, back pain, and our posture. All things that we've been talking about, but each time we have the opportunity to focus a little more closely on different sections. As always, we'll do breathing, we'll do some mobility exercises, we'll do some stretching. But first, core. Have you heard the term core? Core, strengthen your core. I got to build my core. I'm going to work on my core. I'm going to train my core. But what? What exactly is the core? The core is more than just your abdominal muscles. So abdominal muscles, rib cage down to your hips. But think of this, your core is shoulder to shoulder, hip to hip, front and back. So your core is all of your torso. It's the front, it's your sides, and it is your back. And a strong core supports posture. And we talk about posture a lot, that when you engage your core, it's automatically going to adjust your posture. Your core aids and it supports you in your daily movement. Simply sitting upright or standing upright, your core is required. It's there to help with that. And a healthy core, a strong core, contributes to our overall health. Your core is also essential for spinal adjustment, and it prevents and helps to reduce back pain. So we've talked about that before, but back pain is the most often or the most highly experienced pain. So of the American population, back pain, pain in the back is top complaint, which also goes to what is the core behind it. The core reasoning is a weak core or lack of core mobility. So that is what today's session is about, is understanding what is our core, to connect more deeply with our core, to appreciate what the core does for us, and doing some exercises, some movements to help us take better care of our core, which overall leads to better posture, better alignment, overall health and well-being, our mood, everything. So thank you, core. And thank you to our core people who are here as well. So torso mobility, we talked about. It's also important for flexibility. It reduces stiffness, and all of this preventing pain. We also talked about dominant side, non-dominant side, or imbalances. Imbalances can cause the pain. So when your abdominal muscles aren't strong, then the lower back becomes compromised because we're not able to stabilize. Posture. We've talked about this before. So slouching, you can't see, but this is me upright. This is me slouching. Subtle, but not so subtle difference. Lifting here, it's not just a lift in the chest, it's my core. And we talked about your core is front, side, and back. So I'm engaging it, tightening it to lift me up so that I'm not slouching. So if any of these postures or imbalances are something that you experience, this is your invitation to bring more awareness, to pay closer attention. So change is to start by being aware. So change, it starts here, it's in the brain. So I've shared with all of you, my experience that I have a tendency to slouch. This comes from growing up. I did dance and gymnastics where I was hyperextended, where hyperextension normal, so neutral spine is where tailbone is tucked, shoulders are in alignment, ears are in alignment. I learned to hyperextend so that the lower back was really hips jutted out back from gymnastics that you do. But that's not normal. And so I learned to, or I've been working on countering by tucking the tailbone under so that I don't hyperextend, that I'm trying to just get into normal. And because I have to focus so much, then I get tired, the muscles get tired, my brain gets tired of focusing, and then I go into that slouch. Now, this is a more extreme slouch. Rounding of shoulders, coming forward, right? We talked about the tech neck. Right? Rounded forward, rounded shoulders. That's a posture misalignment. Miss. Extreme, but it all happens. This is all tied together. Maybe there's something else. I used to think that I kept getting all of these irregular tops. Right now I'm in alignment, it appears, but I would put on shirts. And maybe you too have had this experience before. Put on a shirt and it's crooked. And I don't mean that you buttoned the wrong buttons, that you missed a button and then it's crooked. I'd put on a shirt and the line, the collar would be crooked. And then I'd think like, oh, it's an irregular shirt. I'd fix the collar and then it would move again. And like, man, this shirt must be a faulty shirt. But then realized, how could it be that all of these shirts are irregular shirts? I just have that look? No, it's me. My posture and my alignment that you can even see looking right now. Looks like this one might be a little bit higher. This might be a little bit lower. This is kind of extreme, but some people are more extreme, not as extreme. Either way, that's still a misalignment, right? So I have to do things to move around. I tend to be really tight on this side. It affects this side. Long story short, we are going to take care of ourselves. But what I wanted to find out is if you already know that you have a tendency in your body, the way that you carry yourself with certain postures, certain movements, dominant side, non-dominant side, this is your opportunity to pay even closer attention so that you can give tender loving care, more attention to align and realign whenever you notice. Once again, in order to create change, the starting point is awareness, where you notice, oh, I'm crooked. Oh, I'm holding myself a certain way. Oh, my chin is sticking out. Okay. Today is our opportunity to take care of our torso and our core. A little bit of background, and now let's come into our body by connecting with our breath. I'm going to circle back to some things that we did to reinforce what we have done so that you can have the reminder and also remember, oh, I like that. Let me continue to do that. So let us begin with the breath. Centering breaths, grounding breath. If you would like to place a hand on your chest, one hand on your belly, you can do that as well. Let us inhale in through the nose and exhale out of your mouth. Where do you feel a sense of calm? Inhale deeply. And slowly exhale. Inhaling. And as you exhale, can you connect with your spine and feel yourself sitting up nice and tall? Again, taking that breath in and releasing. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Now for our spine, talking about this alignment, our spine, right? So from the base of the skull goes all the way down to our tailbone. We are going to move through our cat and our cow. We've done these before, or maybe you haven't done them with me in class. And I'm going to guide you through this. I want you to take your time. So interesting, because today I taught class this morning, and there was one person who said, cat? Cow? I've never seen a cow move in this way. Cats, yeah, when they're scared, they arch. Think of that. So this is a modification. These exercises are done typically on all fours, comes from yoga, but it comes from life. If you do look at cats, that cat, that arching, where their hairs are standing on end and their back, their spine lifts up to the sky, that's what we're doing here. All kinds of modifications. So right now I have my hands resting on my thighs. You can do that too if that feels good. If you have arm rests and it feels good to have your arms on arm rests, you can do that. You can place your hands onto the table. And we're taking our time. That's the most common complaint that I hear people say in regard to wellness. I don't have time. So we are taking the time. We are making the time. So cat, we are arching the back. No, this is the cow. Round back, draw the belly button in, and then cat. So I'm trying to actually think. I don't have cats. I'm here with doggies, and I see doggies do down dog. This is a variation of down dog. This is a variation of child's pose. These are yoga poses, but they're not just yoga. These are natural movement patterns that you see animals do instinctively. They don't go to class. I was joking about that. You don't see animals like, oh, I have to go to class so that I can move around. They do it every single time. They lay down, and before they get up, they stretch. So we can learn something from our friends, our four-legged friends. We're going to continue with these. And so what I want you to do is not just go through the motions. I want you to feel them. Feel the change happening in your body. Can you connect? For these next few repetitions, we're going to maintain this pace. We're moving at a slower pace, but I want you to connect with each and every vertebrae in your entire spine. You may be able to do this. Maybe you're not able to do it, but the intention is, can I connect? Can I feel what's going on inside of my body? All the while breathing in and out. Inhaling to lift, exhaling to release into the stretch. Inhaling to lift up, exhaling to inhale and exhale. If this pace is too fast for you, please slow it down. Modifications, you can make these movements smaller. You can readjust your hand position. And you can add other movements. So maybe you come forward and then you want to lean and rock. So I'm giving you some options. And then you have the opportunity to test them out. So, I've said in other classes, taste, right? Like when you go to a party and they have food out and you taste a little bit to find out, do I like this? And you taste it. So here you also have like, oh, how does it taste for my body? Leaning a little bit side to side. Okay, so that's here. And then if I'm just a little rocking, maybe it's small. I'm trying to make the movements large so that you can see. It doesn't have to be big. The most important is that you are feeling good. So if there's any discomfort anywhere in your neck, shoulders, arms, hands, in your torso, in your hips, in your legs, anywhere, then it's a sign, oh, let's ease back. Okay. Last one, and gently lift yourself on up. Notice how you feel. In the examples, maybe you take a break. Ooh, I had to reach for this. Hydration. I have water and I have some lime in here for some taste. How are you all doing with your hydration? No right or wrong. We're noticing. We're noticing. Some days we do really well, some days not as well. So if you're watching these right now, it is June. What day is it? June 9th. And it's getting warmer here. And so maybe you notice that you feel thirstier. So, opportunity to drink. So, upper body mobility, core stability, and strength. We're going to do a little bit of twisting. We've done all of these before, but we're going to twist and hold. So, these are variations of things we've done before. Another image that I like to use is you're zipping yourself up nice and tall so that you're in alignment. Nose, chin, chest, heart, belly button. Zoop, zoop, zipped up and tall. So we're tall, and then we're going to twist. So I'm starting small. We inhale, lift, and we exhale, twist. Inhale, lifting the center, exhaling, twist. Now you can see a little bit that I'm twisting this hand, so the back shoulder, back hand is moving back, front hand moving forward, and you can use your hands. I've got my hands like this on my thighs to give me a little rooting in to stabilize so that I can twist a little bit more. Now let's also pay attention to our posture because we talked about that. Continue to stay long. Inhale, coming to center. My hands come to center, and then notice what you are feeling. Does this feel good? Notice your breathing. Coming to center. Like I said, typically we don't hold these twists. So this is our opportunity to take a few breaths into the twist. So I'm going to work on maintaining this pace and maybe even slow down. And I'm going to work on smiling to remind you to smile as well. Smiling. I was going to say smiling could also be your superpower. So the number one is your breath. This is a soothing breath that helps us regulate our nervous system. If we're tight, if we're carrying tension, to help release that tightness, tension, relieve stress. And a smile does that too. Smile brings ease. A smile signals to the brain, this, this is good. So maybe you don't smile and then you do that, and then the brain says, oh, you're smiling. This must be good. And so then it registers that as good. So then it becomes a little bit easier, like, oh, a little bit less strain because, release of the feel-good chemicals, tonic chemicals released from a smile. How are you feeling? How's your spine feel? How is the range of motion? Do you feel now that it's opening up naturally? So you've noticed all of the movements that we've done, not just today, every day, gentle, not going to extreme, not pushing, not forcing anything, but taking our time. Really interesting. It's not typically how fitness is taught unless you go to a gentle yoga, gentle stretching class. We are doing this now, so we have a contrast. Don't always have to force. In fact, easing in gradually can really make a big difference. Okay, so I've been talking to you looking forward. Let's use the breath. And now maybe you feel the range of motion. What other things do you feel? If you have sensation, can you feel your butt, your buttocks on your seat? And as you move, Can you feel your body weight? Is it evenly distributed on both of your buttocks, right? Both butt cheeks. Yes or no? No judgment, but we're noticing. Is it? Yes or no? And then when you notice, oh, can you even out both sides? So as we're twisting, there might also be a tendency to lift one cheek up. Is it possible? Is it possible to keep both of them connected with your seat? And you're just, again, tasting, checking it out, testing it out. I'm not sure. Is it possible? One more time, right side and left side. And now come together. So we talked about the core, shoulder to shoulder, hip to hip, front and back. We're going to do a modified plank. So have you heard of a plank before? Done on forearms, done with the arms extended with your legs out behind you. We are doing a modified plank. Very interesting. I'm going to take my forearms and I'm putting them on the table right in front of me. The spine is long and you're engaging your core. How do you do that? Can you draw your belly button in towards your spine? I'm using my breath to do this. Each time I exhale, I want you to think of contracting those muscles, make them tighter. And then the joke, like, yep, your six pack. Can you activate your six pack? So you're still breathing. I'm talking to you, but I'm keeping it tight. So you could think of it like a big belt or a. So you're leaning and you're tightening. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Those muscles are still tight. And if you're not used to engaging these muscles, this is what this exercise is about. Inhale, exhale, while still breathing. We're not holding our breath. Inhale, tighten, engage, contract. One more time. Deep breath in. Exhale out. Lengthen your spine. Release. How did that feel? It's kind of intense, right? So you don't have to do a full plank. You can do a modified plank. You can engage your core right here, right now, right? So from that exercise, from what I explained, belly button in towards your spine and then up, or just think in. Some explanations are as if someone were punching you. I don't want anyone to punch you. I don't want you to punch anyone, but I want you to think belly button inward, tighten. All right, imagine. Imagine. You can visualize six pack. And then some people make all these jokes. A six pack, an eight pack, your washboard abs. Your abs are there, whether you see them or not. They're there. Those muscles are there. I'm talking to you and I'm tightening them at the same time. This is how we can protect our lower back. This is how we can protect our posture by keeping it tight. You don't have to wait till class to do core. You can do core while you're doing chores. Maybe you're chopping vegetables. Maybe you're putting away groceries, lifting something, putting it, right? Then you've got a combo. You're using your core, you're doing your twists that we have been doing. I'm going to release my core. Do you feel more activation? I can feel the difference like, ah. There's one more exercise. Now this, again, you can actually move or you can think of contracting. The goal is we want to contract this area, targeting here. We're targeting the abdominal region, but it's not just the abdominal region. So we're sitting tall, and just by sitting tall, we are consciously engaging our core to lift us into that position. If you have the ability, muscular engagement, you're going to lift your thigh just barely off of the chair. Now notice the body might want to move, right? You have to stabilize. So you're using your core, keep it engaged to hold yourself in place to prevent any back rounding or movement. Okay, we're changing sides. So inhale, tight, and we lift. Let me lower down. So you're not going to see anything, but I want you to think. Inhale, tighten as you lift. Lower down. You could even do this. Inhale, tighten. Do you want to do bicep curls with this? You can. So by tightening this, you're tightening your biceps, but you're tightening your core front and back. If you haven't done these type of exercises before, you might not have that connection yet, but we're working towards it. So we're going to do 5 together consciously, intentionally. Here we are. Inhale. And the thigh barely comes off of the floor, but we want to try to look and see. Look at yourself for information. Inhale. Exhale, lifting the opposite side. So you're lifting, but you're barely moving. You're using your core to stabilize you so that your body doesn't move. Inhale. Exhale. Tighten. You can make faces. You can make sound. And then release. Inhale. Exhale as you tighten your core. You can tighten your biceps if you want to. Release. Inhale. Exhale. Tighten. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. So you feel maybe each time, ooh, getting a little bit tighter, that these muscles are, you want me to do what? And they're starting to wake up. Inhale. Exhale. Tighten. Release. And as you exhale, tighten. We're going to do 2 more. I'm not a very good counter if you haven't noticed. I have too many things. I'm getting distracted. Inhale. Exhale. Tighten, tighten, tighten. And release. Inhale. Exhale. Tight, 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 tight. And release. This is your good luck set. This is your extra credit set. Inhale. Can you make them extra? Ooh, all that you've got, all that you've learned. Release. Last one here. Inhale. Exhale. And release. Woo. Wow. That was pretty good, huh? So what do you need? Do you need a counter pose? I'm reviewing the things that we have learned. How does your head and neck feel? If you want to move around, chin to chest, ear to your shoulder. All the while, not only now, always in all sessions, and when you are going about your every single day, listening to your body. Lift the shoulders up, push them down so you're lengthening the spine. Lifting up, pushing down, roll out the shoulders. And you can smile. The hard part is over. Or was that hard? Not that hard. A little hard. Okay, all of the above. Okay, we're going to open up the chest different ways. We can do our goalposts and you draw the shoulder blades together. Draw them down your back as well. Inhale. Exhale. Moving into our cat and cow, arch and round through the spine. So after having done those exercises, now you can really feel like, oh, this feels magnificent. So isn't it amazing? This isn't new, but we're looking at these exercises from a slightly different perspective, and we're putting a little bit more intensity with our breath by being conscious. Roll, roll, roll. And take a little side bend. Lifting yourself up. Taking a little side bend. Lifting yourself up. Coming back to center, and take a moment here to notice how you feel. Notice the quality of your breath. How do you feel inside? Energy? Are you energized? Maybe you're more relaxed. A combination, like, oh, I'm a little bit more relaxed in my body, but I feel like there's a little more flow. Thank you for sharing that. And thank you all so much for making some time to take care of yourself and for laughing with me and for doing the exercises so that you can take better care of yourself. Your assignment or your invitation, should you choose to accept it, is to integrate one or more of these things that we learned today, and in our next session, we will review even more. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. Thank you. Thank you.